is up, y'all? It's Shay Curry, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video, y'all. First and foremost, my hands are so ashy. I gotta get some lotion going because y'all are not about to talk about me. How y'all doing? It is February 28th. What's crazy is it does not even feel like it's already been 3 months since my last video. Y'all, I promise y'all, time just be going by so fast and life be lifing and it just be going by so fast. But I was like, you know what? It's the last day of February. We got to get back to it. We got to get back to it because no. All last year, your girl was isolated, very much so in an isolation wilderness season. First and foremost, thank y'all for the love on my previous video. If you have not watched the previous video, then definitely you need to go watch that one to kind of catch up, because in that one I was telling y'all pretty much what was going on last year. The beginning, pretty much first half of last year was very rough for me, very much so emotionally taxing. I was isolated majority of the year. I was not, of course, I had to show up for things, show up for people in my life that were having monumental moments that were going on where they needed, celebration and weddings and graduations and all those things. But for the most part, I wanted to be very much so isolated, very much so in my own bubble. The thing is that I'm an only child, okay? And I have no problem being by myself. I have no problem being in my own space. I have no problem not interacting with people when I don't want to, right? Yes, I am social and I love people. I love going out. I love having a good time. But when I need to isolate, I am very much so a person that is comfortable being with myself, sitting with myself, talking with myself, enjoying my own company. Like, I don't need to have people around me, So here's the thing that I want to talk about is because last year, the isolation season that I was in was very much so warranted because, when you have an expectation of how something is going to go and it turns out that is actually not how it goes, you can kind of lose yourself in it. And I really did lose the sense of my identity and also just figuring out what's next, right? So yes, isolation season was very much so warranted for me last year because in the isolation season, I feel like sometimes God takes you through that because you need to really sit with your feelings. You need to really sit with whatever trauma, emotional damage that has been done. You need to sit in it and go through it and deal with whatever you're feeling, process it, navigate through it, seek God, really try to do a lot of self-reflection and just see what it is that God's trying to teach you in that season, but also what he's trying to bring out of you in that season, what he's trying to shed off of you, what he's trying to build up in you, And that was very much so part of my isolation season. But here's the thing, a lot of times, and I'm speaking for myself when I say this, God will take us to a season of isolation and it's meant to just be a period, right? Maybe a few months, maybe years, maybe weeks, who knows? It's just meant to be for a specific time frame. But what happened with me is that you get comfortable with that. It's like, okay, well, I kind of like this. I like this. But the isolation period is not meant to be forever, right? That is the part that has been a struggle for me because I have been off of YouTube for so long. Y'all know before my last video, I hadn't posted in over a year. So I've been off of YouTube so long. I haven't been making content. I, am now in a season where everything looks completely different than it did when I was previously making videos. I'm now a single woman. I'm now starting over from scratch when it comes to just who I am, even environment, relationship status, just so much is so fresh and new right now. So I feel like I'm stepping into this new sense of identity that I'm still trying to figure out myself, right? But I say that to say I have, as much as I've been trying to be comfortable in isolation and remain in that period, in that season, I just am being pulled to get back to doing the things that I enjoy, that I feel called to do. And that's making content. That's putting myself out there. That's trying new things. That's experiencing new places, like all of the things that I know at my core that I enjoy. This season of my life is about getting back to those things and getting back to it in a way where now I'm showing up as honestly a completely different person in a sense than I was before. Towards the end of last year, 2024, I was just being really led to fast. I kept getting messages to fast. An incident had came up and I had reached out to one of my friends and she mentioned like, you know what, maybe you need to fast. And when she said that, she really hadn't said nothing like that before. So I took it, I'm very big on signs, and I took it as like, you know what? Yes, I probably need to fast because again, I had been getting so many different messages to fast, and there was a lot of things that were still happening in my life when it comes to just past, previous people and relationships and things that were still going on, and I just felt very unclear. So even after the video that I previously posted in November, I was still, granted, in a much better space, right? A much more healed space than I was at the beginning of 2024, but still navigating a lot of emotions and still trying to process new things that were going on, new things that I was learning. And it was just, I just still needed clarity. So y'all, once my friend had mentioned too, like, you know what, just go ahead and fast. Probably be a good thing for you to go ahead and kick off 2025 doing that. I literally did 2 separate fasts. Both were the Esther fast, water fast only. When I tell y'all, they were so eye-opening. Like, I went into it not really knowing what was going to happen, but when I tell you, they were so beneficial and it just provided so much clarity that I needed in that season to kick off 2025 that I just was not expecting. I just really did not know what to expect from the fast, and I will continue to do it. I encourage you, if you have not did a fast before, a spiritual fast, and you have been feeling led to do it, but you just been unsure, you've been trying to figure out, okay, like, is this the right thing? How do I even do it? Just do it. Pick one, do it. Again, I did the Esther fast, which was water only. I did water only for an extended period of time. The Lord was getting me through because obviously I was being dependent on him completely throughout that time. But I did it 2 separate times for the month of January and also the month of February. And y'all, my God, today, when I tell you the Lord showed up and showed out just in terms of the clarification that he gave me, the confirmations he was revealing to me, just so much that was going on. So from my experience, fasting will be a frequent part of my lifestyle because I know that it's needed after doing a fast of my own. I know, like, there's no way I can live this life without fasting, having moments where I'm being very intentional about it. So if you have been thinking about doing it, then I encourage you to do it. I'm just in a space now where I'm like, you know what? Okay, we were isolated all last year. Now it's time to, like, we back outside. No. I think sometimes too, y'all, when you go through something, people just expect you to, like, oh, that's been months ago, you should be healed now. Like, you should just get over it. Like, time moves. Why are we still on this? But no, like, depending on how much you were invested in something and just the feelings, how involved your feelings were, which of course I was engaged. So if I'm thinking about marriage, then that is very heavily invested. It's not just something that you just can put a timeline on in terms of, like, your healing, like, oh, okay, well, I should be healed in 6 months. No, that's not how it works. You really have to process it. And also, if you're not actually doing the work to take time by yourself and process the emotions and do the work and all the things that are necessary, you can prolong your healing, right? You can either push things down, hop into a new relationship immediately on and just kind of like not deal with things and suppress things and, act like they don't exist, act like you're fine. That's going to prolong your healing because no work was being done. And I was just very intentional, like, no, I wanted to do the work and I didn't want to feel like, I needed to rush the process, so to speak, because, honey, healing is nothing you need to rush. You need to take all the time you need to heal, to do whatever you need to do to get back to a version of yourself that you you feel good about, you know? And that's where I am. Self-love, loving on myself, dating myself, self-care, doing all the things that nurture my soul, my spirit, my body, my mind. Those are all the things that I'm worried about in this season. I mean, even this past Valentine's Day, y'all, that was a day where I was so grateful just to be able to see the progress and just the night and day feelings compared to how it was last year. Last year, I was very much so crying on Valentine's Day, which I know, yes, you know, some people celebrate Valentine's Day, some people don't. We have all of our different opinions. Honey, I celebrate it, okay? Because I love love. I love all the gestures. Yes, we should all feel love from our partner or whoever every single day, but I love Valentine's Day, okay? So I'm gonna need to be with somebody who can appreciate that, because I likes the gesture. And I like I said, I like all the cute things, but this Valentine's Day, even, it was just about pouring into myself and doing something that I just like, staying inside, being with myself, dancing, listening to music. And I do have some clips that I'll go ahead and insert.
Didn't happen like that. It took me a minute to notice it. It was holding me back. It's time to move on to bigger things. Can't live in the past. Moving on to future me. I wonder who she will be. I can't help but think that there is something more to find, more to life than what I have right here, right now. Used to call it stable, now I call it stuck. Letting go, yeah, that's tough, but maybe it's all for the better and it's meant to be. It's gonna hurt at first, but then eventually it's gonna seem like it was always meant to be. It was always meant to be. Oh, think it's meant to be. Scary at first when you change, but it's better than being stuck here in your ways. Comfortable, ain't that comfortable no more. Don't wanna go back to how it was before. I can't help but think that there is something more to find, more to life than what I have right here, right now. Used to call it stable, now I call it stuck. Letting go, yeah, that's tough, but maybe it's all for the better and it's meant to be. It's gonna hurt at first, but then eventually it's gonna seem like it was always meant to be. It was always meant to be.
I am a lover girl. I love love. I love all the romantic things, all the cheesy things. I love all of that. But this season of my life is more so about doing all of the cute, cheesy things for myself, because I love myself. You know, I'm dating myself in this season. Like, I'm pouring into myself. I need to do some maintenance. If you've been watching my channel for a minute, I do my own brows, upper lip, all that stuff. We're just about to have us a little self-maintenance night. So to get started, I think I want to go ahead and just do my brows first, because that'll help me figure out how I want to do my lashes, you know, like the length, all that stuff. So I get my brow pomade. This is the one that I use, is by Morphe. It's the shade Chocolate Mousse. Okay, y'all see that? Chocolate Mousse. So I use that and I go ahead and just fill in my brows like I like them, and then what I do is just apply Nair around them to outline it. Typically, you know, where I would apply my concealer around my brows to shape them and make them pop more, I just go in and do that with Nair. I've been watching a lot of sermons throughout this past year, throughout this past season, but I have not been to like an actual church in years. I mean, it's been a long time, and I miss going to church. I really do. Y'all know, if you don't know, I am in Austin, Texas. So I don't know, like I kind of miss how churches are in Dallas, and a lot of the sermons that I watch from my favorite pastors are, you know, based in Houston or Dallas or I think Atlanta. So let me tell y'all, the pastors that I really enjoy watching are Pastor Mary Jarrett, not Mary, Not Mary Jerry. Pastor Jerry Flowers in Houston. I also love watching Pastor, what is his name? Something Phillips. His church is 28 or 2819 Church. Love his church. I just love his church. I love how Pastor Jerry Flowers breaks down the Bible and really applies it to everyday life. I am definitely one of those where, yes, sometimes, you know, I like to get a good motivational word from pastors, but I need you to be preaching the scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm watching your sermon and you ain't open your Bible one time, you haven't referenced a Bible verse one time, then what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This is church. Like, should we not be preaching from the Bible? I also love watching Pastor Mike. I think he's based in Alabama. He's based in Alabama. I love him as well. This year, I really do want to find a church home. Who's gonna know if you don't get out there and try them out? My face is dry, if y'all can tell. I did not do my normal skincare tonight because I don't want any like oil or product getting on my lashes, because I need those to be like dry, cleansed, product free, to where I can make sure the glue really sticks to them. So yeah, y'all can see I already lined my brows. Now we're about to go in with some Nair. I use the Sally Hansen cream hair remover like that, and I got this from Ulta, but it also comes with this extra smooth aftercare lotion, and this is what you put on after to prevent like the bumps and irritation. Let's go ahead and do our upper lip, and we'll do our brows at the same time. Yeah.
Fan blowing cold breeze on your body. I can't tell you really what it is, but you got it. Makeup in the morning, you got dresses in your closet, but you grab them tight, you in love with being modest. You a move body giving center views. I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flexing. And you cool, tatted up, cover wounds, different vibe, you know improve, but you ain't even flexing. And you ain't gotta try too hard. Number one fan, your side, you applaud.
So we have finished. Now let me tell y'all, I've been seeing some crazy stuff about crazy prices when it comes to beauty maintenance, and girls doing this and this and this and this and this to maintain, you know, their brows, their lashes, their hair, their skincare, all that stuff. And that is perfectly fine. I am not knocking any way that somebody chooses to spend their money. However, it will not be me. I just refuse to pay some of these prices that stylists charge when their customer service is not up to my standard, you know, or just a standard that reflects their prices, you know. So I am a DIY girly. If I mess up because I did it, it's like, okay, like, hey, we tried, it was on me. But if I'm paying somebody and they mess up, now it's a different story.
Are you even real?
I can feel the rush.
Are you?
This is my other sign.
What?
Okay. I left that on a little too long, trying to be up in here dancing and praising. Okay. I know this is probably giving some of y'all a little anxiety. Look at all that hair coming off though. Gonna do it. I know y'all see the difference. Don't tell me y'all don't see the difference in those brows. And then what I'll do is I'll go in with tweezers to get some of the leftover hairs off. So let's see if we got any really left over. We got a few. I got all the pomade off, so I'm just going to put this aftershave or aftercare smooth lotion all around. We are officially done with the brows and the upper lip. And now it's time to do our lashes. So let me show y'all the lashes that I use. I don't even know what you call them. Genia lashes. My lashes are small and they've just never been you know, just like that. You know, a lot of times if I don't have mascara on, you cannot really see my lashes at all because they are not dark. The longest length that I use is the 14s, which as y'all can see, I've been wearing these things like crazy. So again, mind you, this set has probably, these 3 rows have probably lasted me like a month already. What I like to do is put 14s on the outer parts, then 12, and then go to 10s. My favorite glue is this Bond and Seal glue right here. I get this from Amazon. I will link it down below in the description box. I'm gonna put the glue on the inside part of the lash because this is the part that's gonna go up against my lashes. Get the side really good. Put it on there. You're gonna pull it up a little bit to really make sure it's on there. Okay. Then I go in with the Seal side of the lash glue or the container. This is gonna get rid of all that sticky like residue from the glue or from the Bond, and it just seals everything in and locks it in place. You know, just press them together. So we got those on, and now we do the other lash or the other eye, and then we are done.
You never do too much. Beautiful, spiritual.
Got me where I'll never be. That the bag is too good. Beat it up, going all night.
I'm falling apart right in front.
Bop, 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 bop. Y'all just took Carla for a walk, and I'm gonna make a little snacky snack. I have been heavy on tuna lately. Oh my goodness. It has been doing something to me. So I'm gonna eat some tuna, and then also this is like one of my little healthy snacks that I've been eating. So I do tuna. I do the bumblebee. Oh, I do the bumblebee albacore tuna, the solid white tuna, and then I'll eat it with some of the seaweed wraps. Yep. Seaweed wraps. And then I'll put a little chip on the side. These are sweet potato chips. I think I got these from Home Goods. I surely did. They were $3.99. I really like these. Granted, I love pickles. I can eat a pickle with anything. No lie. But these little Famous Dave sweet and spicy pickles have been doing something to me. It's been adding a little extra something, extra sweetness to my tuna. And I'll eat it on the side with the chips. Oh, it is so good. So that's about to be my snack. I'm going to still have me one of the Fairlife proteins because I'm still heavy on these. Like, listen, a lot has changed within the past year, but one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. I'm gonna drink me a Fairlife protein. Also, too, y'all, real quick, the crazy thing, y'all know, again, this past year has been like a super major transition for me. And when I tell y'all, I have seen so many butterflies throughout this past year, more so than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, one time I was walking and there was literally like a big group of butterflies just hovering over the bushes. It is crazy. And then I was like walking through them. Ugh. I love butterflies now. Granted, you know, I always thought they were cute, but they have really been like a significant symbol for me throughout this time. And obviously, you know, the evolution from the caterpillar to the butterfly is like a sign of just transformation and growth, and to me, like renewal and new beginnings and all of those things. And the fact that I've been seeing butterflies throughout this past year so much, it's crazy. It is crazy, but it's also like reassuring at the same time, just because I don't know, they're just so beautiful, you know, and they just come with so much peace. I feel like butterflies just be flying around with a smile on their face. Do y'all feel like that? Because I do. And that's how I feel like I am in this season. I was in my cocoon last year. I was definitely in the isolation period last year and just really with myself. But now it's time to be a butterfly. It's time to flap my little wings and get out there and fly and experience and love and all the things, all the things.
This ain't what you used to, I require more, better than we
Tuna, it's really been doing something for me lately. As y'all can see, we are back in the same spot that we were last night when we were doing our maintenance, which Harlow. Hey, I appreciate you guarding us. I appreciate you being my alert dog. Thank you. You're so sweet. Can we stop it now? Can we stop that now? Yeah? Okay. So, like I was saying, we are back in the same spot we were yesterday, which, do y'all see the fruit of our labor? We got our brows, our lashes are looking good. Maybe do I need to turn y'all a little bit right here? Yeah. Y'all see it? I wanted to leave y'all with something positive because I feel like your self-talk and the things that you are dwelling on, the things that you are focusing on, really does play a part in just how you view things, plays a part in what you think you can achieve, how you view yourself, how you perceive the world. So y'all have heard so much about how much the mind is such a powerful thing, but also your tongue, the things you're speaking over yourself, the things that you are saying. I'm gonna tell y'all something. So during last year, obviously a lot of things were uncertain, right? You know, like when you're in something and you don't really know, like you see your reality, right? You see that things aren't like you envision. You see it may be hard for you in the moment to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's when, you know, you have to kind of like really let your self-talk do the work and like speak over your future, speak over the things that you desire, speak over your circumstances, speak over just, you know, things changing, things shifting, everything working out for your good. You got to kind of visualize things, a reality that's completely different than what your actual reality is in that moment. It's just so important to not let your circumstances and your reality in the moment dictate the things that you are speaking over your future, right? And I have this devotional here. This is by Joyce Meyer, and it's called the Trusting God Day to Day or Day by Day Daily Devotional. And I want to leave you guys with this quick little paragraph at the end, because it talks about how you need to be very purposeful in the things that you're saying and really being mindful of what it is you're saying and like those subconscious beliefs you have, the subconscious thoughts you have about yourself, your environment, your future, just anything related to anything. You have to be mindful. And so it says, if you will make a decision that you are going to say as little as possible about your problems and disappointments in life, they won't dominate your thoughts and your mood. And if you talk as much as possible about your blessings and hopeful expectations, your frame of mind will match them. Be sure each day is filled with words that fuel joy, not anger, depression, bitterness, and fear. Talk yourself into a better mood. Find something positive to say in every situation. And then the declaration at the bottom is trust in Him. Trust God to give you the strength to do what you need to do with a positive attitude, no matter how you feel. Talk yourself into a better mood if you have to. The reality is sometimes you may feel crazy speaking things as though they are in the moment when your reality looks nothing like it. But you really need to be mindful of what it is that you are speaking over yourself. And I can't say that in a more simpler term, because the reality is that your life, your habits, your routine, your mind goes where your where your tongue leads. You know, if you're speaking negativity over yourself, over your circumstances, over your future, over whatever it is, you are watering those things, and naturally whatever you water is going to grow. And in the process, you're dehydrating and killing all of the positive things that could be on the other side of just you speaking life into your situation. And I just want to say, like, if you're going through something or have been through something, then you probably already know this, and you can attest to this in the comments for other people. But specifically for those of you that are in a season right now where you're very unsure, you're very uncertain, you're feeling like you just don't know what the future is going to look like, regardless of what, just speak life. What you can control is speaking life into your situation, speaking positivity over yourself, and just not allowing your circumstances or the environment or what's going on in the world to allow you to speak things and say things and dwell on things out of fear, to make decisions out of fear. Regardless of what, try to focus on your blessings, try to focus on the things that you've overcome. And over time, like, it will get better. It will get better. It may not feel like it in this moment. Trust me, I've been there, but it will get better. Like, keep your mind in the right place. And yes, that is easier said than done, especially when you're going heavily through the emotions in a specific season. It's so cliche and very much so like, okay, when people say, you know, you gotta speak it to believe it, it's like, you really don't want to hear that. But honestly, you just got to keep going. You know, you may not feel the best today, but you find something positive to dwell on in that day, and it'll get better. It'll get better. One day, one step, 1 hour at a time, it will get better, and you will come out, and you will come out on the other side of it and be able to look back and be like, dang, you know, I'm glad I kept my mind in the right space during that season. I'm glad I was able to see the light. I'm glad I was able to speak the light into the tunnel, you know? So hopefully that helps any one of you guys that are going through something or has been through something. If you have some more advice for someone, please drop it down in the comments, y'all. Y'all know we are a family, a community over here, and I love y'all dearly. I thank y'all so much for all the support that y'all continue to give me. And like I said, this video is me exiting my isolation season and being that butterfly that I have evolved into, that I'm still growing into, and that I'm still learning about. And I'm just excited to see what the future holds. So we are officially like back in the groove, you guys. We are back in the groove. We are back in the groove. So I love y'all. I thank y'all. And until the next video, we will have a Fit Friday. I don't know if I'm going to call it Fit Friday, but we will have a fitness vlog on Friday. So definitely come back then. And until the next video, I will see y'all in the next one.